Dude, 4-4. Another episode of Just Chillin' Radio. Busy, dizzy. College work. Mainly college now. Even if I wasn't in college, I'd still consider myself a scholar of some sort. Fucking hungry, so I'm gonna be munching. On you bastards today. Hope you guys are chilling, stay positive. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm tired of that shit. But enough of that. See what we're gonna get into today. Shitting a blinker? Why'd you join the army? Social media. Could we debate? It could be debated that social media is like an American product that is beginning to just infest entire different countries. I can't see any other military in the whole world doing shit like this. TikTok videos, funny videos. There's the other one where the guy acts all funny and everything. Hmm. 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 Desensitization. That's honestly what social media does to the human mind, the psyche. It desensitizes us visually, audibly. Of course, it gets into other things too, maybe even physically. Hold up. This is what I was watching. It desensitizes us. Social media, the internet. Let's look it up. Who created the internet? It's an American product. Is it? Let's see. Vin Cerf. This ain't American. What? Learn about life of Insert, the father of internet, who developed was born in New Haven, Connecticut. Oh, he is American. And his mother was born in. So his mother origins is Canadian, French Canadian, British Irish, French Canadian. Okay, typical in Canada, French especially. But he's from America, Cincinnati. What about Robert Kahn? New York. So it is an American product, the internet. Social medias. TikTok's Chinese, correct? It's a Chinese platform. Or it's created by China. A Chinese person. Right? Who created TikTok? I always thought, okay, so I always thought that Vine died. And I always thought the same creators of Vine. He founded ByteDance in 2012. TikTok, originally known as Douyin in China, and has been since become popular in social media landscape. So it is from a Chinese man, Zhang Yiming. I don't know how to pronounce that. ByteDance. Who created Vine? Vine was a phenomenon that was very loved and missed. I remember. I remember when that shit came out, Vine, and I remember the day it died. And I remember they already had replacements lined up ready. I want to say TikTok was like 2012. Okay, it was founded by three guys, Russ Ursop. Hopefully this is accurate. Wikipedia, it's not always. Soviet Union. Russian? Okay, I don't want to get down into this whole government shit, but that's fucking weird. Okay. Russian. Hoffman, New York. American. And Colin Kroll. Sounds American. New York, and Russian. One Russian dude. Russ Musab is a designer and tech entrepreneur. Talking about desensitization. Social media, the internet desensitizing humans. People, the human mind. I bring this all up because, I mean, I can even go further back. Facebook. Then there's MySpace, but that's way older than me. But social media specifically, because those were websites. Facebook was originally on the computer, a website. Instagram. Let's look up Instagram. Twitter. Twitter's old as fuck. How old's Twitter? But I think Twitter was originally originally a website, not an app. Because this is getting into apps now, and we're getting into social media is becoming more curated for apps. I mean, a social media platform, starts off as an app. And then of course they get the website and then they have other things and others they sell other shit, right? Through Instagram and all this advertisement. But getting back to it. Social media. It was an internet thing, MySpace, Facebook. Desensitization. I could think of other websites like Most Gore or like I forgot Live Leaks. You know, just where you see the most outlandish, craziest shit. YouTube in the old days, it had some pretty disturbing stuff. They got rid of a bunch of it, of course. I don't think they had. I mean, they were always locked in on nudity and a bunch of other things. They always took care of that. Like that was of course always something. They had to make sure. But like gore and everything, you could come across that in the old days of YouTube gore or like animal cruelty and shit, or like bullying videos wouldn't be like censored. Fighting videos weren't as censored as they are now. The language, of course, is being censored. More vulgar, crazier language, racist banter a lot. It's just crazy. We have to stick to the topic of desensitization, though, because and the influence of it across the world now, social media, America, since it started here, since a lot of that social media stuff, not necessarily, we don't have to say starts here, but when it hits America, we just blow it out of proportion. Anything that comes to America, we overconsume. Consumerism. Social media has increased consumerism. Advertisement, of course, like I always knew, I always knew, because it was YouTube that first started having like ads, right? Like YouTubers making money off of ads, ad revenue. And then I'm young enough to remember it slowly, that ad revenue slowly creeping in into all these other social media platforms. And then Snapchat really started, like, you start hearing people making money off of Snapchat, Instagram. Could the desensitization of the human mind because of social media and everything, and then social media just being an influence for consumerism, or a what's that one word? An enabler. Social media becomes the enabler for even more consumerism. And then with overconsumption comes desensitization as well. That's why trends come and go so quickly, because it's overconsumed. A trend is becomes overconsumed, oversaturated is like a better word, I guess. Desensitization of society. People are just so overwhelmed so quickly, so often. Drug epidemic. People desensitizing themselves through drugs, addictions. People having cheating on partners, having multiple relationships because it's not one person's not enough for them anymore. Like, they desensitize themselves. It goes with anything. Like, you need more of it. You need better of it. You need more richer, more pure of it. You need higher doses of whatever shit or whatever you're consuming. And it goes back to social media being the number one thing everybody consumes. Like, it's the number one addiction. Your cell phone, your social media, your all those platforms you look at, the number one addictions. I've seen it firsthand. People spaz out. I remember in high school, this one girl spazzed out. She spazzed. She was like, "You don't understand. I need my phone. I need to contact people. I need a." It's like so crazy, and it's obvious they're full of shit. You just want to talk to your fucking friends and not pay attention and do your work, right? Or I don't know, cause she was legit tweaking out. Like, she needed her fix. Maybe it's anxiety as well. People using it as an excuse not to be social, looking down at your phone. Or like people who don't want to put up with social anxiety. The only way you're going to get used to it if you just suck it up. If you distract yourself and everything, you're never gonna be used to looking up around. People are always so used to looking. I know what it's like, bro. It's comfortable as fuck to just escape looking down in your phone. Desensitization. People become less aware of their surroundings. They're desensitized to the real world. The doggos are barking, but they're desensitized to the world because they're so. It's like any addiction. Your body gets used to it. Your body makes a routine of it, whether it's smoking, eating a bag of Doritos every day. Your body begins to automatically make a schedule. It's like, oh, this is the time I crave this. This is the time I crave that. Getting into a little science now, a little biology. The human body, living creatures in general, nothing beats what nature creates, what God created already. Man cannot replicate how advanced an organic biological being is. Whether it's you, a human being, or another dog, cat, hell, even the squirrels, the butterflies, the insects. That's an advanced. That's far more advanced than any freaking machine. We try to replicate. All our technology replicates a lot of that. I already got into a bunch of videos. Airplanes, replicating flying birds, birds of prey specifically who fly fast, right? In the air, like swoop down and shit. Crazy. Falcons and all the others. Hyperjets are literally named after. We have technology literally named after animals and shit. But something about the phone. Something about the phone. Something about the screen. There's just something about it that's just. You know what it is? It's the same feeling I feel with. Not as a. Nah. I want to say it's kind of the same feeling I felt with watching television as a kid. At a screen, looking at that screen, the TV screen, right? That shit's dead. Kids aren't watching TV on the couch anymore. They don't care where they're at as long as they have a phone to look at, they're fine. I remember being a kid and sitting on that couch and the whole world outside just disappears. Nothing else matters. You know, coming home from school, all day at school, don't have a phone. Don't have a phone, nothing. Literally, I'm entertained by what I can find, by who I could talk to, right? By who I can hang out with. The world, right? Going outside, looking at plants, animals, exploring shit. You know, the real, having to deal with real world stuff, people, problems, right? But every time I knew, like, that couch, that TV was like my only escape in life from the world, right? That television, that just feeling of fuck yeah, like I'm about to laugh. I'm about to have a good time. I'm about to laugh. I'm about to have a great time. I'm about to forget so much bullshit in my life. Phones are now miniature televisions people carry around, but it's a problem. I forgot who said it. It was a comedian. A comedian said it. I forgot who said this. I heard it somewhere. They were talking about how in their time the television used to, it was Bernie Mac, I think. He said the television used to go black and white. At like past a certain time, they wouldn't let you watch TV. Like television would not air. I have to look into that, but that's very interesting. Like they knew, they were fully aware how unhealthy it is to constantly watch television. They were fully aware of this. They've been knowing about this for decades. It's insane. It's just now money. It's just money. Like economy does shit. And these greedy ass businesses are all like, okay, even the government, they're like, okay, there's no money being generated. I guess we'll start to uplift a lot of these regulations. A lot of obscene, a lot of, just, is that the right word? Word of the day, obscene. I don't even know if I spelled it right. Obscene. Offensive or disgusting by accept. Exactly. Immoral. Let's start to uplift a lot of these regulations that prevented a lot of obscene things. And they made a lot more money. The internet with pornography. Of course, they're regulating it now. Trump is going back to like Reagan era of like, he even said it himself, like he's very influenced by that era. I'm not into that shit, but the Reagan era, was it the war on drugs and shit? Stuff like that. I don't know exactly. I'm just saying shit I heard. But back to my point, they make more money selling pleasurable shit that may seem obscene to many people in general public, right? Or in a lot of other countries, they might see it as like vile and just ghastly, you know? So they make a lot more money. Economy, it gets into a lot of shit. Down the rabbit hole. Money does a lot of fucking stupid shit. That tea helped out a lot. My throat's been fucked up. I don't know if it's the yard. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Word of the day, y'all. Word of the day. Word of the day. What the fuck did I say? I was saying a lot of obscene's one of the word of the days. And I was saying a lot of what other word was I saying right now? Whatever. I lost track. I am so tired. I'll vote procrastination. It's kind of on my mind. Procrastination. So at Polly's Pie, a local A local diner of mine where I live, and I want to say I live by a. Well, it was an anniversary of the founder of Polly's Pie. One of them, I think, or I don't know who exactly is. I forgot his name. But they were telling me a little bit about him, and they told me that he had a boat. He had a boat named Procrastination. Let me find out. I know this guy. There's a boat down my house. I don't know if but I think he passed away. I don't know if it was recent, but he had a boat. You know, a successful guy starting his own chain of diners. You would expect him to be like a really good businessman, right? Sharp, gets his shit done, right? To have a franchise like that now. Different. Is it franchise? Well, he has multiple locations. Like, you know what I mean. But on his boat that he had, he named it Procrastination or something like a procrastinator or procrastination. The procrastinator or something. I just thought it was super funny. I just thought it was funny because it's like now, Grant. Now let's point out that procrastination is not a smart thing. I brought that up because I procrastinated an essay last night. This essay today we it was like the last day to turn it in to where it wouldn't be late for the professor to grade and to review and to give you feedback that would help you in the final draft, the final essay, right? Because it was a draft essay. I don't know if I said that, but this draft essay, I didn't even start it till last night. I didn't even finish the scaffold, the package sheet he gave us. The scaffold, the what's another word for it? Fucking to help us structure the essay, right? The paragraphs and stuff. For those of you who may not be savvy with education, we're all students though here. We're all learning here. Don't worry. But like I'm fucking saying, I procrastinated this because it was supposed to be done like days ago. But I had an art project and shit that I want to make sure was nice looking enough for the presentation we have Wednesday. Fuck. I don't have it here, but I might show it one day. But I turned that shit in. But going back to the essay, so I finished the scaffold last night, as well as typing out the draft last night, as well as turning it in last night, and I did it up until like 3 in the morning. Plus, I had to wake up this morning to go turn in that essay. No, to go turn in the scaffolds and other assignments I needed for the draft that we were supposed to turn in last week as well, bro. I procrastinated, and I'm fucking tired today. Not a smart idea. My bad. I'm tired. I gotta go to work at 1:30. At 1, I gotta dip out. I'm doing this shit right now. I don't even know if it's gonna go anywhere, but fuck it. I'm putting in the work. I'm trying to get somewhere. I need to go see a counselor because I started classes and shit. Don't really have my plan yet. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to major in: food sanitation. I want to major in that. That's fucking sounds like something I could really be good at. It is something. I passed the food and sanitation class. A plus 95. I did really well. Shit, I need to turn in the book. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, and I gotta log in to ServeSafe. I got I took the exam that was optional that we could take in the class. It was the certificate for for food safety management or some shit like that. I forgot exactly. It was a manager's exam. The food handlers manager's exam. You have food handlers for like anyone, and then this exam, the professor needed to put in a code. She needed to watch me. She needed to make sure I wasn't cheating or anything. This was like this was certified. This is going to be certified. I gotta check it out and see. I gotta print out the certificate, but I got that. Pretty dope. Put it in my resume. Pretty dope. I got that shit going. What the fuck? But I'm tired. Procrastinating is not a good idea. I've been doing pretty well up until this essay. I just didn't like the essay. I didn't like what we were writing about. So you've been publicly shamed for writing an essay about that book, John Ronson, journalist, author, filmmaker. Don't really know too much. Kind of want to look into him, but he wrote a whole book about public shaming as to why it might be beneficial or harmful. I think his point was more of like harmful. I'm not too sure. No, it's more like beneficial. He even has his own account of publicly shaming somebody. I don't like this shit. Shaming is just weird. It becomes very sick mob mentality, especially since the age of the internet. It becomes very just toxic. People obsessive. This hatred for people becomes obsessive. It's like insane. Uh, I'll speak about what I was just writing about in class right now. We're what's your fucking name? Let me see if I can remember it. Sako, Seiko. What the hell was her name? Sako, Jessley. Oh hell no, I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm fucking tired. I don't want to talk about that shit. I'm fucking tired of that shit right now. Shit was pissing me off though. I hated writing about that. That subject just pisses me off. Shaming people and everything. It's just it's okay. Working on the essay, I did learn a bit about it, how it could be beneficial. It's just how people do it. In my essay, I described it as a double-edged sword, public shaming. One edge, you could use it to cut away the bad, to make room for the good improvement, to make room for good improvement, for the better, right? Cut away the bad to make room for the better on one edge. And you got one edge that's just used for cutting away until there's just a puddle of blood left. Nothing is gained from it, nothing grows from it, nothing positive, right? I did something about one of my examples was of Matilda de Jerf, whatever her name is. De Jerf. She fine. I'm not gonna lie, she bad. I'll let her violate me. The way she violated her employees. She fat shamed them. Not really fat, but she can shame me. She can shame me if she wants me. She could be phobic to me if she wants. She's just jealous, bruh. She's just jealous. She ain't thick. She ain't got the curve. She kinda. Nah, she bad. She bad. I use it as an example of good public shaming. She got publicly shamed. You know, she got called out for being a horrible boss, basically a very horrible boss to work for. What the fuck, an Amber Alert? A silver alert has been activated by California Highway Patrol on behalf of the Victoria Russ is a missing and endangered. Victoria Russ was last seen on October 28th, 2025 at 900 hours in Orange County. Bruh. Be on the lookout, y'all. That's great. I've seen so many posters. That's a different subject for a different day. Those missing peoples and everything. That stuff I see all the time. I don't drive. I walk the streets. I ride my bike the streets. I've seen so many of those of missing people. That shit is insane. Shit's scary. It's like a lot of it young girls. There has been cases of like the. Okay, getting back to this. That's a different subject. I want to stick with this. But I used her as an example of good public shaming because she got caught out for being a horrible boss, very rude, just very nasty to her employees. Her employees being feeling voiceless to the point where they had to take it to social media to voice their issues with work. Some of them are former employees, of course, but even current employees came out saying she was the allegations are true. She's toxic to work for. Is how they described it. And then it's a good public shaming because she doesn't double down, Matilda. She takes accountability. Some may say she maybe because the post was a little. You could tell the post was very. She had a lawyer or some legal team helping her with that post, but she takes accountability, saying that the issues. She kind of has an excuse like she was young, which is true. She was young. She's a social media influencer. She's OG one. She's not one of those OG. She's an OG of that. 2019 is when she started Derdurf Avenue, her own fashion line, her own Fushi beauty line, whatever. I don't know what that stuff's called. And she was 22 when she started it, but she was a social media influencer beforehand, so she was a young adult. And she even said in her post that she had no prior experience to running such a big team, a big company. I don't blame her, bro. She probably stressed the hell out. She said she hired a new team and everything. Kind of like 6ix9ine. He had to hire a whole new team because she said they're probably just like mismanaging her, putting her in the wrong direction. She's probably just doing what she's watching other people do. That's exactly probably what it was. She's young. She hires a team to handle a lot of that stuff for her business or to train her, right? Because she has no experience. She ends up seeing how shitty they are, people, and she's like, oh, this is the business. I gotta be an asshole. It's the fashion industry. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, even big names, I'm sure they're assholes. So she takes it upon herself to fucking just to copy what she's trained to do, right? It wasn't right of her to fat shame people though. But it's the fashion industry. I'm sure that shit happens all the fucking time. I used to watch America's Top Model with my older sisters. I had 4 older sisters, guys. Come on. For any of you fucking saying some weird shit. But I used to watch that. That shit was funny. Because they would clown on the fucking models. They would literally body shame them, objectify them. It was Patrice O'Neal. Objectify those hoes. Subjugate. those. I don't know what the fuck he said, but that shit was funny. It's the industry she's in. She is not the only one body shaming people, her employees, her models. She bad, bro. She bad. She bad. She cute. She can get away with it. I'll let her slide. She cute. I'll simp. I'll simp. I'm fucking around, but the fuck was I saying? But I use her as an example because she actually does take initiative. Because of this public shaming, she does take initiative on changing her management team, getting help, better training with how to run a company. She said she hired like a psychologist, a private HR team, a separate HR team to handle and to help with the company, to oversee the company too. She says they started implementing like employee surveys so employees can have a voice, right? For concerns and shit rather than going to the media. She's she fucked up, bro. She should have known this. Like, bro, if you're a legit company, you gotta have legit HR. Especially that big of a scale. She made millions so quickly. Like, bro, she shouldn't have hired a whole team. Come on. It might be the industry. It's the industry. That whole industry seems very cultish, hush hush, very quiet, mysterious. A lot of these fashion designers and shit are mysterious as fuck. It's just my personal. I'm not into fashion or anything. I don't really care. I see it as art. I see it as walking art installations. Is that fucking right word? I don't even know. I think that sounded stupid. Let's jam out. I got like 30 minutes. Jam out. I'm watching a lot of 6ix9ine. I'm not a gangster. I don't bang or anything. So I don't even hate on the dude. I don't care a shit. You're telling me he put away a bunch of criminals in jail? A gang? A gang who potentially sells drugs and murders people for hire or for fun? You're telling me that's a bad thing he did? The world is twisted. Now, he is a rat because he did all that shit himself. He served his time, but he ratted because he's a hypocrite. He did the same shit. I'm sure he did the same shit. Didn't he come out saying he fucked that one? It was unreal. I think that wasn't real though, but bro, I wouldn't doubt it. He's a rapper. I wouldn't doubt if girls be cheating on him, be cheating with him on their mans. That makes sense. He's a fucking rapper. He's probably fucking people's wives. Yeah, I can see why people hate him. Like, oh, hypocrite. Should have just took the time and shut up. Cause he was saying he's saying he snitched because they weren't true homies. They violated him. True. The stealing and shit was like crazy as fuck. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows how he was treating them behind the scenes? He was actually taking care of them behind the scenes. He talks about them stealing money from him. Public shaming. 6ix9ine. He gets into the whole industry, those conspiracies that like, oh, the industry they try getting rid of people who speak the truth and everything. You can get into Kanye, Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle. These are old. A lot of these conspiracies are old as fuck. They go back way in the day. Calling Cat Williams a crackhead. Calling Martin Lawrence a crackhead, I think. Dave Chappelle a crackhead. Who else have they fucking called a crackhead? Kanye a crackhead. Who else have they called a crack? It's always black Americans too. They call crackheads. Kodak, they call a crackhead. He's a self-proclaimed pillhead, but a crackhead? I'm sure they called him that plenty of times. I think a lot of what Kodak does is for the camera. He's smart as fuck. He got all that money. You're gonna call him a fucking drug addict? Ain't no fucking drug addict living in mansions with fucking yachts outside on the fucking dock. What the fuck?